Hello and welcome to class 4. So let's get going. We're going to add in a little, we've got one of the moves to change, so we know what we're doing. Get yourself a little bit of space, pop your music on if you want to, and stand yourself up. So find that space first of all to get ourselves into our neutral. Always feet underneath hips, soft through the knees. Check that neutral position through the hips, long in the spine, relax the shoulders back, just let the arms hang. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, feel that movement through the chest. Engage through the core, pulling the belly button in, lift through the pelvic floor, okay, all held, but release that little bit so it's not holding far too tight. Something you can hold on to throughout the whole of the class. And we're ready. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, let the arms float. Open out to the side. So breathing out as you lift, breathe in as you lower. So just to warm into that upper body first of all. And can you create an L shape? So keep one arm going to the side as the other arm comes forward, and then switch. We did it with our balance last week. So the hips stay still. You might feel that slight movement through the shoulder, softness at the elbow, and feel the movement. And if you feel fine, the arm in front can go all the way up, but just to shoulder height at the side. It wants to go higher, but don't let it. Engaging at the core. Keep that back nice and long. One more time each side. Bring it down, and a little shoulder roll to loosen. Soft into the knees, let the arms hang. So keep the hips nice and still and just twist through the waist. Rotating at the spine, so it doesn't have to be huge. All I really want you to think about is moving through the shoulders and just feel that small twist at the waist. I kind of describe this one as if you're buried in the sand up to your waist. So the only thing you can move is that upper body, twisting round to see what's around you. One more time. Bring it back to the middle and a little set. Keep the softness at the knee. This time we're going to move at the hips, so keep the shoulders nice and still. They'll squeeze into the bum as you push the hips forward, and feel that circle round all the time, the core holding on. Circle the other way. Just a nice gentle breathe. Breath even. Gentle breathe. Gentle breeze. Bring it back to the middle, and then take those legs a bit wider. Let's warm into the legs. So the squats. Ready to go down, so slowly lower yourself and push back up. To check knees and toes in line, pushing those knees over the toes. So if you want to think about it a little bit more detail, your knees goes and they're pointing towards the second or third toe, so they're going through the middle of the foot. Then add some arms, so allow the arms just to float in front. Now you can stay with squats if this is enough for you. If you want to just try and challenge yourself with that depth, finding what your legs allow you to do, whether it's your knees that don't allow you to go down, whether it's your hips, or if you can, go down and hold, wait there, then try and lift one heel, lower it, lift the other heel, lower and rise. You lifted one heel first, lift the other heel first this time, lift and lower, and then rise. Keep that core switched on, so you can keep with that, or if you feel fine, you go lift, lift, lower, lower, and rise. You started with one leg first, so let's start with the other leg this time. Lift, lift, lower, lower. Your choice, still squatting if you want, single leg, or if you want, you can add arms in. Whichever arm moves, it's the same heel that's moving. Can you manage 2 more? Keep alternating to which leg starts. So push the hips back. So you feel the heels go down, and then you've got to hold tight as you balance. Lengthen and give it a little warm. Legs feel warm now. So our balance. We're going to progress the movement through the body. So reset yourself nice and tall. Just let the arms hang if they want to go out, or if you want to use the wall next to you if you need. One leg, it's going to go forwards and back. So engage the core, breathe in, get your balance in one leg, and as you breathe out, move slightly forwards. Bring it through the middle and then take it slightly behind. Center, change to the other leg to get your balance. You don't have to lift far. It's just adding that extra movement. I'll show you from sideways on. So it's just that gentle lift in front and a little squeeze behind. So you feel squeeze into your bum. If you're keeping the body tall, to take the leg behind, you do need to bend at the knee. I'm going to come closer because I need more space to move. If you can go further and you can start to lift that leg higher, and you want to take it further back, I think you can just about see my body move. So I keep my body and leg in line in order to take the leg behind. So feel the squeeze into your bum and then allow the body to move as well. I'll come back over here. I talk about this one in my classes as if you've got a board on your back. So as you bring that leg back, it hits that board running down the back of the body, and it makes the whole body move as one. I lost my balance there. So soft into the supporting knee, switching on through the core, and your choice how big you make the move. If you can't lift the leg straight in front, it'll bend at the knee if you need. Then we add some arms. Arms go to the side as you lift in front, and they're going forwards as the leg goes behind. As we take that leg back, we start to turn it into what's called the dive, which is why we have the arms going forwards. Just as big as you feel comfortable. Ooh, I lost my back. Can't do it on that leg today. Breathe, flow, control. One more time each side, just as big as you feel comfortable. If you can, and you want to challenge yourself, can you get a T shape? So the arms come up in line with the ear and the legs directly out behind. I don't know if I was on camera to do that, but once you've done, bring yourself back down, a little loosen. Should be a bit warm. I got those muscles working, and we're ready to get going. So if you've got your mat, come to one end of the mat. Roll downs first of all. This is where you lose my head for a few moments. We're going to just do a couple of roll downs. We have been doing press ups. We're going to put the two together today. So standing yourself tall, roll downs first of all to warm into the back. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, chin to chest, round through the shoulders, soft at the knee, and just feel that curl. Let yourself hang at the bottom for a moment, getting that stretch. Push down into the hole of the foot and roll back up. Lengthening tall. I'm going to just come over and do one over here for those that aren't too sure, so you can see my head. So you start head, shoulders. Try and keep the hips as still as you can until you can't curve the spine anymore, and that's when you tip at the hip. Softness at the knee, so we're not locking out the joint, but not too much of a bend. And then tall. One more time. Breathe. Breathe naturally once you've got the roll. Little pause at the bottom and feel that nice stretch. And start with the in-breath, pushing down into the feet. Tuck your hips to neutral and stack the back. Lengthening up tall. So you've got a choice now. You can either roll down, bring yourself into plank, prepare, and when you're ready, start doing some press ups. You know it, we've been doing it for the last couple of classes. Box shape, take yourself to your knees, take yourself so you've got that nice lengthen from knees to shoulders, or feel free to try on your toes if you want today. If you're going to come with me, and I do need to come here to get the space, we're going to do a roll down, bring ourselves into plank, walk our hands out wide and do one press up. What if you want to first join in when you're ready? So if you're going to join me for the roll down, you can either roll down and then just stay with the press ups, or if you can, roll as far as you can, hang. Bring your hands to the ground whether you need to bend your knees to do so. Engage through the core and start to walk yourself forward into your plank. Now make sure your body weight's forward. Take the hands very slightly wider. Engage through the core. If you can, stay here. If you need to, come to your knees. If you need to, walk yourself in. Breathe. You just go one. Back to your toes if you can, and start to walk it back in. Soft at the knees, and then roll yourself back up. So it's a roll down press up. Stay with press ups if you want, or join me. Roll down, start to walk it. Now as you walk and get near the front, start to take your hands wider. So you're already in position. Let the body weight travel forwards. Try a full press up if you want. Breathe in. And then start to take it back. Get that nice stretch. And then roll back up. This really warms you up. Whole body workout. Stretching. Working through the back, working through the chest, working through the legs, the arms, the upper body. Just make sure you get that body weight forward. I have to concentrate on my breathing for the press ups, so please excuse me for being quiet during them. 2 more if you can. If you're doing press ups, just see how many you can fit in. So how many we're doing. So I need, as you walk yourself forward into your press up position, to really think about stopping the body from swaying. So I don't want the hips swaying side to side. Holding yourself nice and long and still as the arms walk. So you control it down. Get yourself in position. You don't have to do full press ups. So this time, for those that have done the roll, I want one more roll. We get half a roll down press up. So bring yourself down, walk it forwards and stop in a plank this time. Lengthen through the body. And then when you're ready, come to your knees and bring yourself in. Are we warm now? Open it. I'm a bit out of breath as well. Give it a little stretch through the upper body. Ease it. Maybe lengthen wherever you need to. And when you're ready, let's bring ourselves into a laying on our, in fact no, I'll do the twist. Bring yourself into a sitting position. So the twist, we did it last week, new one we introduced. Take your feet a little bit wide if you can. There's the options, remember. You can go for cross-legged, you can go on your knees, you can sit on a seat if you want. All I'm looking for is some way anchoring your hips to the ground. If you can go for a little bit wide with the legs and you start to work through the hips. If you can go for straight legged. Then we get our body ready. So the prayer position, that's to lock the spine in. Let the chin relax onto the fingers, the thumbs relax onto the chest. Relax the shoulders. Engage and lengthen through the spine. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, twist. Bring it back center. Breathe out and twist. So as you twist, you may find that you kind of just end up looking down your leg. I haven't really taken my legs wide enough, so I can go just slightly past my legs. So if you do find that, and you could take your legs wider, go wider, but make sure you keep that long. If you start to slouch, bend the knees. You can still go wider, but with bent knees. You don't have to have your feet flat, wherever's comfortable for you. Keep the shoulders relaxed, twist. Engage the core as you lengthen into the middle and rotate. You're still holding on to the core, you never really let go. But you do find that you kind of relax it slightly as you twist, because you're starting to work into the obliques and round the back more. By lengthening and thinking about switching on again in the middle, makes you reset. You can keep your arms there. Remember, you can take them out. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Palms face forward, so the thumbs are up. You're still rotating to the same point, and my head is still in line. So my chin's always directly above the center of my chest. I'm not looking over my shoulder. I'm also not moving my arms. So they are moving, but it's because my chest is moving. You're still looking down your leg as you twist. Breathe out. So find your position. Maybe there, that might be more comfortable for you. If your arms start to ache, just relax them, cross them. I don't suggest putting it there because you end up sort of having to walk your hands, so just let them come across. It's just put them somewhere where you feel comfy. You can, if you want, put them on your waist. But always think shoulders. By having the arms out to the side, you're now making your back work harder, because you're using your stabilizing muscles for your chest and mainly your back to hold the arms there. Now make sure the shoulders are relaxed. That way it takes the tension out of the neck. And you then work the back muscles more. And you should feel all the way down the side of the back as you twist. One more time each way. Bring it back to the center and ease it out. Give yourself just a little relax. If you are really feeling it through the sides of the back, nice one to do. I'll just turn a bit more forwards on there. Take an arm across, reach over, and you should start to feel that stretch. The more flexible you are, the further you can go. Just don't make sure that knee come in, make sure your legs stay where they are. And you're just reaching across. It might just be there. You may be able to take it further. I don't mind what the other hand does, whatever's comfortable for balance for you. And then bring yourself up. So let's get in ourselves laying on our fronts. Lengthen off. We've been doing the kick where we brought the heels in, and we took it up to our sphinx. We're going to change it slightly. So bring yourself back down. Use whatever underneath your head. Keep looking at the floor if you can, so your forehead's resting either on your hands, pillow, whatever you want. Rather than a bend of the leg like we did before, we're going to go for a lengthened leg. And this is building us up to what's called the swimming. So I'm going to get yourself going, and then I'm going to put my head down. Feel free to watch and then get going. So you keep the stomach tight, you keep the upper body relaxed and still. It comes from the bum, the glutes. You squeeze your bum and you try and peel the leg off the ground. Then the other leg. Squeeze through the bum and slowly lower. Now really think about holding the hips to the ground. So as you squeeze your bum, you're pushing your hips down. Both glutes, so both bum cheeks, are working, but you'll feel one more than the other because you're concentrating on one leg lifting. So when you feel fine, relax the head down. You can do what you like with your toe. I'm kind of pointing mine at the minute. I'm not desperately pointing like a ballerina because I get cramp if I do. It's just a lengthen. If you really struggle, feel free to tuck your toes under, and as you come down, allow the knee need to bend slightly. Now don't let your hips roll. I don't want to see that sort of action. Really anchor the hips to the ground. You might find all that kind of happens is your foot comes off. As long as you're squeezing into your bum and that's your range of movement, then that's all you need. I can get my knee and quite a bit of my thigh peeling off the ground. You might find you just start to lift the knee. For those that can get quite a good range, then you can take it up a level. I'm going to add a level in straight away today. Lift, and then you switch. Switch. So you got to keep both bum cheeks switched on, but you feel that change. Keep the upper body relaxed down. Tighten through the core. I don't suggest you keep like I am because my neck is starting to hurt holding this position. There. Keeps the neck in a good neutral. Breathe out. Breathe out. 4, 3, 2, 1. And let it relax. Tuck your toes under, push your heels away, give a nice stretch into the back of the legs. Feel free to keep your head down. I only come up so hopefully my voice sounds better rather than the very echoey and subdued coming from the floor. When you feel fine, push yourself up, engage in the core to do so, and stretch into a child pose so you stretch through the glutes. So we've done the back of the leg. Lengthen yourself off, lay on your side, and we're ready to do the side leg. So whatever you need, place it under. Let me shuffle myself up a little so you can see my legs, because that's where we're working. So make sure you're nice and long, hips are facing forward. Your hand can start there if you want to. Get your balance first of all. So switch on. We're going to take it up a level today, but start small. Engage, breathe in, and as you breathe out, we lift. Breathe in and change the foot. Breathe out and lower. Breathe in and change the foot. Lift. So find your range first of all. Hips stay facing forwards. And you're just feeling that squeeze into the outer thigh. Let the arm relax down your side if you can nicely balance. So core is switched on, holding the body in position. You might not feel it too much through your stomach. It's more the whole of the core, which isn't just the front of the body, it's also the back. So as you hold your shoulders in a good position, the back muscles are working too. And then it's the outer thigh. You might be feeling it into the glutes. They are switched on to hold because they have an inner lying stabilizing muscle. So they're helping to hold you in position too. Feeling okay? Lower leg. Lift and hold it off the ground. Now relax that lower foot. I find mine just sort of sits there. You might find that as you change the top foot, the lower foot starts to move, and that's fine, let it. Inner thigh, that's what I want you to think. Inner thigh, holding that body in position. Lifting that lower leg, and you might start to feel it there as well because we started to curve the body. Not only have you lifted the legs, but you've slightly tilted the hip. Breathe. Now my movement's starting to get a bit smaller. I'm starting to feel it. 2 more if you can. And ease. Give it that stretch to the outer thigh. Starting to feel that now. Take your time, loosen off. When you're ready, roll yourself onto your back. So you can give a bigger stretch to that outer thigh. Oh, yes, I've got that now. If you need it, you can bring it in and stretch from there, or just allow yourself to feel it from that position. So you have worked the inner thigh a little. If you want, bring both feet to the ground, let the knees drop one each way, and just get a little inner thigh stretch. So we know what's coming now. We're laying on our backs. Are you ready for your 100? So we're aiming for 4 minutes. Pushing it that little bit more. Let me find my clock. 10 seconds to go. So your choice. Are you going to go for lower half, just going for the pelvic tilt, lower half with legs in the air? Are you going for shoulders? Shoulders with legs in the air, shoulders with legs lengthened. Remember your count. 5 counts for your in-breath, 5 counts for your out-breath. See if you can start to count, see how many breaths you get in. That's in and out. It's not in 1 count, out 2 count. In, out, 1 count. When you're ready, 4.5 minutes is where we go. Let me get to the first. Ready? So engage. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, let's go for it. So I'm going to stay here so I can actually keep talking. Because that way I can take your mind off what you're doing. So think, stomach to the ground. Whether you're lifting through the lower half or lifting through the top. If you're going for the top half, it's a lift through the shoulders and feel the rib cage slide towards the hips. Doesn't have to be a long way up. Your chin will have come very slightly in to create the natural curve into the spine. But we're not there. We're not there. It's just relaxed. It will start to hurt after a while, and it does take an awful long time to build up the strength in your neck to just hold this position. So please feel free at any point to use one hand. You kind of struggle then for counting because you've only got one hand to count with. But it's fine. Your head is relaxing onto that hand, still feeling the rib cage slide in. So if you need to, you swap. Head relaxes onto that hand. Keep breathing. How we doing? Oh, over a minute gone already. See, time flies when I just ramble on. If you're going for the lower half, I'm not going to demonstrate today because I want to see if I can hold it for this long as well. If you are going for your lower half, it's the same. Remember, push the belly button to the ground. Feel that lower back push down and you get the tilt of the hips. It's not a lift, so no pressure into the feet. I want a curve. That's what we're creating, the curved shape. Stomach holding it all the time. Breathe. Either position, you can make it harder by taking the feet off the ground. That then makes the whole of the abs work. Particularly if you are curling up the top half, you will feel it through all of it. Lower half, mainly the lower half still working, but it will start to make the upper half work a little bit more as well. Where are we? Oh, 2 minutes already gone. In fact, almost 2.5. If you're not feeling anything yet, go there. Now, if at any point you start to feel your stomach shake, bring it back, take it down. If it's already shaking here, lower your upper body, go for the pelvic tilt instead. Find what's best for you, where you can hold it. I do not mind if you've got to a point you thought, I can't do it anymore, and you've relaxed. If when you relax, your stomach don't feel like it's done anything, get yourself back up again. It's just you getting used to it. If you relax and you think, it just hurts, you've done it. You've done enough. Don't come back up, okay? So find what's comfortable for you. We're coming into the final little stretch. This is it. Final minutes. Can you do it? Are you still lifting through the shoulders? Are you still feeling it's the shoulder blades pulling down? I don't know why, but I don't know if you can see. I always pulse out my feet. I just like to keep the blood flowing. It stops me as well pushing into my feet if I just keep my feet moving. You don't have to do that. That is me. I just suddenly thought if anyone's looking, hopefully you're all there desperately breathing and counting at the minute. So you've not really noticed. 30 seconds to go, people. We can do this. Not feeling it yet. What are you doing? Get your feet off the ground. Lengthen those legs if it's the upper body. If it's your lower body, you can't lengthen your legs. You can lengthen them up to the sky, but you can't lengthen them away. Here we go. 15 seconds. Squeeze, breathe, keep going, keep going. 10, 9, does that make it better or worse? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and ease. Lengthen, stretch. So I mainly just did curling the upper body, so I'm feeling it just across the rib cage. If you mainly did the pelvic tilts, you're probably feeling it more into the lower abdominals. If you had your feet in the air, you might be feeling it all over. But a nice stretch. So, now the stomach's hurting. Shall we make it work just a little more? It's the outer line muscle we just worked, our rectus abdomini, it's the six pack. And as I always say, everyone's got one, it just might be well wrapped. Either roll yourself to face the back of the room, ready to do that other leg, or twizzle yourself around and bring yourself down. So lengthen off again, something underneath the head if you need it. Maybe you want your arm and something underneath the head just to keep yourself in a good straight line, because that's what we're aiming for, to get that straight line. Which is why you should always sleep with a pillow, so that you keep your neck in line with the spine. Mine's just very slightly low, but I'm okay with that. Get yourself long, put a hand, start small. You just work your stomach. You might take a moment or two to get your balance. Relax the lower foot, switch on through the core, breathe in, and as you breathe out, lift, breathe in, breathe out. Find your range on this side. This is my better side. I can lift a little higher. Keep the hips facing forward like two headlights. It's a headlight one on top of the other as we lay here, but it's still two headlights facing forwards. Keep the beam straight. Feeling fine? Set the arm down your side. If you really do wobble with this one, feel free to bend the lower knee. That offers you a little bit more stability. You can always take your hand away. That's a good idea to take the hand away, because that helps to keep your shoulder in good position. Let the hand slide down the leg. Breathe. So where do we go? If you can, you lift that lower leg. So as you've lifted the lower leg, in theory, it's working the body more. I say in theory, it is working the body more. You're working more muscles. It's not really making this leg work any harder. It is a little, because it doesn't do its full range anymore. It's lifting up high, but it's not going as low anymore. So you're isolating the muscle more. Breathe. Do what you can. Think inner thigh of that lower leg. Relax the foot. My movement's getting smaller. I'm really feeling it now. 2 more if you can. I'm getting it there. I'm getting it there. And ease it all down. Give it a little stretch. The sun's coming out. I'm getting a nice shadow coming across. So when you're done, give it a little stretch. Roll yourself onto your back. And stretch that outer thigh. Ah, yes, I can feel that. Breathe and relax the hips to the ground. Don't force it. So don't feel you have to push that knee out. If you're getting it there, let it relax there, and gravity should gently push it out by itself. So it's time for our relaxation and stretch. In your own time, get yourself whatever you need. So I'm going to sit up, but please feel free as always to lay yourself down, get yourself your blanket, a pillow, whatever you need. Put on your relaxing music if you haven't already, or change it to something a little bit more relaxing. Get your comfortable position. Laying on your back is the best place for relaxation if you can lay there, but if it's not good for you, don't do it. And when you're ready, just focus on your breath. Breathe in and breathe out. Feel the chest lift and lower. I'm going to talk through the relaxation as if you were laying on your back. If you're not, then just adjust what I'm saying to how you're sitting or laying. But as you breathe, I want you to feel the body. Pilates is not just about moving, about working the muscles. It's about bringing our mind into our body. Be more aware of how the body moves. Which muscles help? Which muscles can you relax? And only when you start to really focus the mind into those muscles can you make the moves precise. And our relaxation enables us to focus on how to relax. It's not an easy thing to do. To really focus. Where are you tense? Is it that hip that you've just worked? Is it the stomach? Maybe you feel like your shoulders are up by your ears because that's where you hold your tension. Maybe it's in your back. Maybe you don't feel that you can relax down with the hips. As you breathe out, I want you to really feel the body relax. Breathe away those aches, that tension. Allow the body to sink to the ground. Feel it drop down. Imagine the floor like a big soft mattress. And you gradually sink down into it. The mattress surrounds you, comforts you, supports you, makes you feel safe. So give way to it. Allow it to hold you. Feel that tension drift away. Be aware of your breath. It's now slowed, calmed, hardly breathing at all. Feel the in-breath. Breathe in through the nose. Fill the lungs. Gently make that in-breath deeper each time, until maybe you can find that you fully inflate the lungs, breathing in and filling every last corner of the lung. Allow that breath to release. Allow the fingers to wriggle. A clench, a spread. If you are laying on your back, let the arms open out wide. If you're sat, then feel free just to open your eyes and join me. Let the arms reach up above the head. If you're laying, then let the arms relax to the ground, lengthening them if you can, a bend of the elbow if you need, and long legs if you are on the ground. Stretch. Again, if you sat, a little release. Let the arms go where they want. Bring the knees so they bend and the feet come flat to the ground. If you're laying, gently let the knees roll to one side, relaxing the lower leg towards the ground, top leg goes on top. As you feel fine, that top leg gradually can go further. If you're sat, we do something slightly different. It's a twist, is what we're aiming for. The shoulders, hips are relaxed. So if you're laying, your shoulders relax to the ground. The arm is opened and wide. The knees go the opposite way. You can use your hand to hold that leg in position. Maybe the foot can come to the ground in front of the lower knee. Maybe you can start to lengthen that top leg out to the side, using the hand to gently walk towards the foot. Don't force it. And then if you want, you can turn your head the opposite way to the knees. Gently release, bring it back to the middle, and when you're ready, swap to the other side. So if you sat, you're joining me. You can place your hand there, you can go there. If you are really flexible, you can take the hand to there, reaching as far as you can round. Whatever you're doing, relax the hips. And if you haven't already, let the head turn. It just fully twists the spine. We spend a lot of our time in Pilates keeping the spine in line, keeping that neutral position. And although that's good for us, when we stretch, we need to release those muscles that work to hold us in neutral. So this nice twist really does stretch those muscles. Gently ease. Let the arms relax, the upper body goes where it wants. Soles of the feet come together and the knees flop one each way. So if you're laying, you just relax the upper body. If you're sat, you bring yourself upright. Try and get so you're sat on your seat bones, tall through the spine. Let the arms relax on the knees. If you're laying, you can just place your hands to the inner thigh. You don't have to, you can just let gravity do its job. If you're sat, any problems with your knees, you can open the legs. That then just takes the pressure out of the knees because it keeps the legs in line. You may have got an inner thigh stretch. You may be able to take it further. Again, pull the bum cheeks out behind so you tilt from the hip. Breathe. Relax into your stretches. Gently ease, and in your own time, bring yourself up into a sitting position. When you're there, just get yourself so your feet are in front. Allow the arms to relax and then just Curve through the spine. If you're quite flexible, feel free to go there. If you're a big stretch into the lower back, you can always bring it there as well. Gently roll it up. One leg in front, one leg to the side for our outer thigh stretch. So I hurdler. Bring yourself down over the front of the leg. Remember your options. If you prefer, you can do it from a sitting position, or like we did actually in our main section, you can go for a laying down position. Entirely your choice where you want to go, what gives you the best stretch. As you become more flexible, this one is the better stretch because it just allows you to take it further whilst relaxing. So aim for going over the shin. If you quite nicely can lay down over the shin, then feel free to try different positions. It will just work a little bit different through the hip. On this side, I do now every now and then need to come over my knee because that's the bit that really gets tight, because I can quite easily go there, so I need to change it. If you can go in both positions and you don't feel any stretch anymore, then you can start to take that side leg back, but only if you can lay flat to the ground. Gently release, and in your own time, change to the other leg. So whether that's in the hurdler, whether you sat with one leg crossed over, or whether you're laying down. Breathe and gently ease into it. Slowly release. In your own time, coming round to your knees. And we're going to stand up, but a little stretch along the way. If you can, push yourself back to your toes. And then from there, try and get the feet flat to the ground and lengthen the legs, keeping the hands as close to the ground as you can. If you struggle to lengthen your legs, then bring your hands either to the calf or bring it to the thigh. You can, if you want, bring yourself up a little bit first, lengthen your legs, and then tip forwards. We're trying to stretch down through the hips. But if you can go from on the floor and lengthen, it just gives you a nicer stretch right down into the calf. Soften the knees, bring the hands to the thigh, and slowly roll yourself up. Take a moment or two, let the blood flow, get yourself balanced, and we're ready to finish with our balance. So switch on, neutral position again, use something to hold on if you need to. Forward and back is where we go. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, take the leg forwards, come through the middle, and take it behind. Return. So if you want, tap, touch the ground at the 3 points. Maybe you just need the arms out slightly for balance. Maybe you can hover. Feel that length, and I'm going to come slightly forward so I can start to get my tilt. Soft into the supporting knee. Why do we go soft? Because if you lock out, you've got no movement through that leg and you're going to end up wobbling through the upper body. Soften at the knee, and I can wobble through the lower half, and I can do quite a bit of movement there and still keep my balance. Feel the whole foot on the ground, the big toe pushing down, the little toe spread out and also anchored to the ground. We need all our toes. We can teach ourselves to stand without all the toes, but the best point is with every single toe pushing down to the ground. That gives us the ultimate balance. Can you add those arms? So as you go in front, out to the side, as it goes behind, in front. Keep the back long, and can you go for that T shape? I haven't got the space to do it here. But challenge yourself if you can and if you've got the space. One final time. Breathe, flow, control. Take your time, place the feet on the ground and give yourself a little foot pedal, release it out. Bring the feet flat and a small twist through the upper body, just loosen the back. Bring it back to the middle, a shoulder roll, bring the spine long, lift the arms and reach up high. Keep hold with the core, look to the hands if you can. Don't let the hips or stomach move, but can you make the arms push back? Release. One final shoulder roll. Set yourself to neutral. And that's class 3 done with. Give yourselves a little round of applause. Thank you very much. As always, please feel free to comment below. Send me a message. Let me know what you think. Is it getting any easier? Let me know how you're doing the workout as well. Are you just going class 1, class 2, class 3? Have you been waiting for this one? I do apologise. Or are you sticking with one class until you feel like it's getting easier? It will work different for everyone. So it's finding what's best for you. And hopefully class 5 will be on very soon. See you again later. Bye. I'm saying bye. I've now got to find my little app so you don't get me walking forward and leaning into it. Go on, work. There we go.